The AH-64 Apache helicopter is a fearsome tank killer, and the United Kingdom is sending it to Ukraine. Armed with Hellfire anti-tank missiles, this helicopter is capable of destroying Soviet-era Russian tanks and turning them into scrap metal in the blink of an eye. As Russia has not been able to maintain air superiority and lacks anti-air capabilities on front lines, this helicopter could be a huge treat for Russian troops. But for now, the UK is only sending 4 of these attack helicopters. Is that going to be enough to make any difference? We do know one thing for sure. If you're inside of a Russian tank, you are not happy when you see an Apache approaching, because you definitely don't want to be at the receiving end of this monster. You're watching Military Intelligence, and in this video, we will have a close look at the AH-64 Apache and why it is such a dangerous weapon system. An icon on the battlefield. The AH-64 Apache helicopter is considered one of the best attack helicopters in history. The armor this helicopter is equipped with can withstand direct hits from 23mm rounds. The rotor blades are also designed to continue to operate even if they are severely damaged. Most pilots view the AH-64 Apache as one of the most difficult helicopters to fly. Famous military pilot Ed Macy stated in his book, Apache, that this helicopter requires loads of talent and tons of skill to fly. Flying an Apache almost always meant both hands and feet doing 4 different things at once, he wrote. Even our eyes had to learn to work independently of each other. A monocle sat permanently on our right iris. A dozen different instrument readings around from the cockpit were projected into it. A lot of military helicopters are unable to operate at sea, but the Apache can due to its fire control radar. The aircraft's ability to operate at sea makes it integral for both the Army and Navy, as it can be transported and used in practically any environment. This cooperation between the services is crucial in the U.S. military's force projection, the ability to deploy and sustain armed forces outside of its borders. Formidable hunter in all conditions. The AH-64 is built to withstand frontline conditions and operate during the day, night, and in bad weather thanks to equipment like the Target Acquisition and Designation System, Pilot Night Vision System or TADS PNVS, Passive Infrared Countermeasures GPS, and the IHADS. One of the Apache's most effective features is its Integrated Helmet and Display Sighting System, or IHADS, which provides helmet-mounted displays to the gunner and pilot positions. With a simple turn of the head, each operator may connect directly to the M203 chain gun and aim at targets. What the helmet display shows can also be recorded and played back in post-mission debriefings on an in-flight recording suite. Night missions are carried out with the help of night vision equipment and a forward-looking infrared system. The pilot's and gunner's night vision components are installed on the pivoting noise installation, with the pilot's component on top and the gunner's component on the bottom. Quick and deadly. The Apache gained notoriety in Afghanistan, where Taliban soldiers were more terrified of this helicopter than an M1 Abrams tank. This was due to the technologies aboard the Apache and its speed. Regardless of how fast a Taliban soldier or convoy was, they could never escape an Apache. An AH-64E has a crew of 2 and measures 48.16 feet or 14.68 meters in length and 16.24 feet or 4.72 meters in height. It weighs 15,075 pounds or 6,838 kilograms in its primary mission state and has a maximum operating weight of 23,000 pounds or 10,432 kilograms. The Apache can reach speeds up to 182 miles per hour or 293 kilometers per hour, while having a cruising speed of 165 miles per hour or 265 kilometers per hour. It has a combat range of 300 miles or 480 kilometers. Depending on temperature, the Apache has a service ceiling of 20,000 feet or 6,100 meters and the ability to climb vertically in a rate 1,775 feet per minute or 541 meters per minute. Hey there, military aviation fan! Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more military intelligence. Now, let's get back to our video. The Flying Tank. Due to its armor and weaponry, the AH-64 Apache helicopter is nicknamed the Flying Tank, but it's far from slow. The AH-64 is powered by 2 General Electric T700 turboshaft engines, boasting 1,700 horsepower up to 2,000 horsepower, depending on the variant. Each engine is connected to a simple gearbox via a drive shaft. The gearbox shifts the rotation angle by approximately 90 degrees and transfers power to the transmission. The transmission sends power to the main rotor assembly and a lengthy shaft that leads to the tail rotor. The rotor has been designed to enable far more maneuverability than a standard helicopter. A range of engine variants power the Apache. Rolls-Royce engines power those in British service. General Electric Aviation began developing more powerful T700 GE701D engines for AH-64Ds in 2004, rated at 2,000 horsepower or 1,500 kilowatts. The Apache is armed with a variety of weapons, including a 30mm chain gun, Hellfire missiles, and Hydra 70 rockets. The Apache's primary role is as a tank killer. It is equipped with Hellfire missiles that are designed to engage and destroy armored vehicles. The Apache also has the ability to use its 30mm chain gun against tanks and other armored targets. Additionally, the Apache is equipped with additional sensors and avionics, including radar, thermal imaging, and laser detonator, which allow it to detect and engage targets at long ranges. The Hellfire missile is a precision-guided air-to-ground missile that is commonly used by the AH-64 Apache attack helicopter. It is manufactured by Lockheed Martin, and it's used by the United States military and several international customers. The missile is designed to engage and destroy a wide variety of targets, including tanks, armored vehicles, buildings, and fortifications. The Hellfire missile is equipped with semi-active laser seeker that allows it to hone in on targets that have been designated by the Apache's laser designator. This allows the missile to accurately strike targets at long ranges, even in adverse weather conditions. The missile has a range of up to 8 kilometers and is equipped with a high-explosive anti-tank heat warhead that can penetrate the armor of most tanks. The Hellfire missile is used in a variety of roles, including the destruction of enemy armored vehicles, the suppression of enemy air defenses, and the targeting of high-value individuals. It is a highly effective weapon system that has been used in multiple conflicts and has proven track record of success. The AH-64 isn't exactly a new helicopter, being put into service by the U.S. Army in 1986. It's manufactured by Boeing Aircraft, and there are over 2,400 Apaches in active duty. The U.S. is the primary operator of this gunship. However, the Apache is also used by the UK, Japan, Israel, the Netherlands, and Greece. The Apache can acquire multiple targets at once and engage them from a distance of over 6 kilometers or 10 miles. The Apache fires, among other munitions, an AGM-114 Hellfire at a unit cost of approximately $150,000 each. These are known as tank killers and can be fired from land, air, or sea platforms. Most variants are laser-guided and have a range of 8,000 meters. The Hellfire is not new to the Ukrainian theater of operations, with Norway sending 160 of them to the warring nation back in September of 2022. British support. The United Kingdom is showing a clear position to strength in support for Ukraine's following the invasion of the country by Russian forces. From the beginning of the war in Ukraine, the UK provided significant military aid to Ukraine, including a large quantity of anti-tank weapons, such as the NLAW and the Stormer Starstreak. The latest aid package to Ukraine from the UK is going to contain 4 AH-64E attack helicopters complete with Hellfire missiles. Unnamed Ukrainian government sources state that the Apache will be a major game changer. They hope that other NATO members will follow suit. They acknowledge that although the number of these helicopters is small, it's a major step in the right direction. Change the rule of the game. According to the Mirror, the UK has decided to change the rules of the game on a territory of Ukraine by supplying modern weapons. Considering that such helicopters are called tank destroyers, it is evident that London wants to give Ukraine a severe advantage over Russian armed vehicles. Considering the Apache helicopter can also be equipped with Israeli spike-guided missiles with a range of up to 22 kilometers, this is a fairly severe threat. At the moment, it is known that we were talking about the transfer to Ukraine and 4 Apache helicopters with a set of guided missile weapons. The UK will send attack helicopters armed with deadly Hellfire missiles to Ukraine in what is hailed as a game changer. According to the Sunday People, Ukrainian pilots will be trained in Britain, while maintenance base will be set up in Poland or other neighboring countries. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has renewed the call to Western countries to send more heavy weapons to Kiev in recent weeks. The US has pledged this month to deliver a batch of Bradley infantry fighting vehicles for the first time, while Germany said it would provide Marder armored vehicles and Leopard 2 made battle tanks. France has vowed to supply Ukraine with AMX-10RC vehicles, often described as wheeled light tanks. Moscow has said that all foreign weapon systems in Ukraine will be treated as legitimate targets, and that Western-supplied arms will only prolong the conflict. What do you think of the Apache? Should it be delivered to Ukraine? And how well will it perform against the Russians? Do let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more military intelligence.